The modern states of Turkey and China have had a half-century of formal, friendly diplomatic relations between them. The two are also significant partners and powerful emerging economies. The economic data certainly seems promising. In 2015, the volume of bilateral trade reached $27.27 billion. China is the third largest trade partner of Turkey, following Russia and Germany. It should, however, be noted that the relationship between China and Turkey is not a modern phenomenon. China and Turkey have long-standing ancestral bonds. The ancestors of the modern-day Turks were originally from, in and around present-day China. Nomadic Turks played a significant role in Chinese history. After China's Tang dynasty, Turks began to immigrate westward, and by the end of the 11th century, they were settling in what is now modern-day Turkey. During the Ottoman Empire, relations between the two regions continued, with the name for Ottoman in Chinese being Rumi. Ottoman tributary delegations were also traveling to China throughout that period. China and Turkey have played a historical role as a bridge across continents. One of the outstanding examples of this global role manifested itself in the form of the historical Silk Road. The important historical link was commerce. Along with other peoples, the two nations became connected via the Silk Road. The Silk Road was the famous overland route that traversed the heartland of the Eurasian continent. It was a link between civilizations for about 2,000 years. It was a link between continents. It was a bridge between the East and the West. The Silk Road was a network of trade routes formally established during the Han Dynasty of China. It was an historic caravan route linking Asia and Europe. It was not, however, simply a commercial route. It was a route that connected the cultural traditions of East and the West. It was a route whereby civilizations, religions, scientific and technological achievements disseminated. Since a large part of the Silk Road weaved through Central Asia from China, the prestige of the Eastern culture was very high. The Silk Road made nations rich. It enabled traders to become wealthier. Farmers were able to gain new seeds for different types of food. Seamen were able to trade with Europe. Seamstresses were given new types of materials to make clothes and shoes with. These diverse types of workers were made better off all over the globe thanks to the silk trade. With the emergence of a new trade route in the modern era, the Silk Road became history. After the Industrial Revolution and the ascendancy of the West, the central role of the East, including China and the Ottomans, diminished. European nations positioned themselves at the center of the globe via military might and colonization. The ancient civilized world of the East gradually became dependent on the West. The relationship among the Eastern countries began to be under the mercy of the West. One of the victims of the new Western-centric world order were peoples and states along the historical Silk Road, where China and Turkey are prominent. The last century showed a steady growth of the Chinese and Turkish nations economically, but still it is early to talk about a greater role of the two vis-à-vis the West. It is therefore high time for the two and others in the area to initiate workable links like those of the ancient Silk Road. In line with this, today a new initiative is underway to revive the Silk Road. Following the footsteps of the historical Great Silk Road, there is a plan to revitalize it as a Eurasian continental bridge, linking Eastern China through Central Asian countries with Western Europe. In line with this, presidents of 28 countries met in China for a new Silk Road initiative dubbed as the Belt and Road Forum. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan talked about the Silk Road's role as a bridge.
Yeni İpek Yolu olarak da adlandırılan bu girişimin Asya'yı, Avrupa'yı, Afrika'yı ve hatta Güney Amerika'yı birbirine bağlama hedefiyle geleceğe damga vuracağına inanıyorum.
Erdogan also emphasized the fairness nature of the new Silk Road initiative of the Belt and Road Forum.
İkili, çok taraflı ve bölgesel işbirliklerinden istifade edecek ülkeler için bu girişimin kazan-kazan anlayışıyla hayata geçirilmesi büyük önem arz ediyor. Amacımız hepimizin ihtiyaç duyduğu kalkınma hamlelerini yapabilmek için ortak finansman mekanizmalarının hayata geçirilmesidir.
China, the host of the Belt and Road Forum, also demonstrated its unshakable stance to realize the objectives of the Silk Road. Chinese President Xi Jinping pledged $124 billion on Sunday for the new Silk Road. He called also for the abandonment of old models based on rivalry and diplomatic power games. He said that the plan's aim is forging a path of peace, inclusiveness and free trade based on the old Silk Road connection. A new Silk Road project is also believed to be one of the remedies for the most important problems of the world, terrorism. In his speech at the forum in Beijing, President Erdogan did not forget this benefit of the new plan.
Özellikle dünyada gelişmekte olan teröre karşı bu girişim terörü adeta yer ile yeksan edecek bir girişim olacaktır.